dangerous is when the universe pick you and you put on the magic glasses. There's rules that go with them. You can never take them off. You never see things as they're supposed to be. You see things as they are. And you can never force nobody else to wear them.
I think while I lie awake and contemplate tonight are wearing me out. Well, maybe tomorrow the world will wake and get it right, but I have my doubts, yeah. During the day, well, I design machines of war that scream through the sky. 'Cause I feel well, I like to go to bed free at night under these stars and stripes. And I have my doubts that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts, and I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. Yes, I have my doubts, but they'll wind you up and pull the cord until you're spun right out. And I don't understand. Roll the dice and raise the price to feed the machine's mouth. Call it the progress of man. And I have my doubt that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts. And I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. I have my doubts, so I'll drink my stuff and raise some hell and shoot my guns to the end of my time. You can have the booze and go to hell and take the guns, but I know they won't be mine. We're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts, and I have my doubts that we'll make it back up. Yes, I have my doubts. So we're all messed up and out of touch. Let's text someone who's in the other room. So don't wonder why we don't say hi or know anyone. I might as well move to the moon. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. Well, the things I think while I lie awake and contemplate at night are wearing me out.
Good evening. Hope everybody's doing well. Lots of news today. And I mean a lot of news today. Man. A little bit of craziness going on in the world. I'm going to jump into it. I've got quite a few tabs open, actually. I've got 7, it would appear, and a lot of them are rather important things, so definitely something we want to keep an eye on. I'm sure you probably heard at least 2 or 3 of the headlines throughout the day. Anyway, aside from that, don't have any updates. Put the tin up, checked everything over, everything looks good. So do that every summer, so every spring, and then just make sure everything's all good. Pack it back up, and it sets in the closet for another year. So maybe one of these days we'll do something exciting and go camping or something. Got all the gear, got everything we would need to have one hell of a bang-up camping trip, and just haven't went on a camping trip. Anyway, I don't know of anything else. Like I say, just got the news. Other than that, I'd been outside just messing with stuff and messing with the tent, getting it all, I like to make sure that all its functions work properly and all of that. Put up the little divider, all that good stuff, so. Fun times. Because, if something were ever to pop up, like, loose stitching or something like that, I want to know now, Now I can repair it a lot easier than, if I'm in a bad situation somewhere. But I don't expect anything like that. Coleman's been a pretty good name. I don't think it's going to come falling apart or nothing. Anyway, let me jump on into this, because like I say, this is crazy. The what I titled the show is not even the craziest part of it all. Trying to spill coffee all over the place, which tells me I need to take a drink of it. Okay, well, it doesn't tell me that, but I'll add that. Okay. Good stuff. Nice and hot. I guess you guys might want to see what I'm looking at. Maybe. Might not care. U.S. draws plans to evacuate Americans from Taiwan, says media. Now, this is a significant change, and this is definitely something that we really want to keep a close eye on. Says here, amid rising tensions with China, the U.S. is preparing evacuation plans for its citizens in Taiwan. The Messenger reported on Monday, should a conflict break out on the island, tens of thousands of Americans could become trapped. The planning process has been underway for at least 6 months, but has heated up over the past 2 months or so, a senior U.S. intelligence official told the news site. The official added that a heightened level of tension had driven the preparations. Another source said the U.S. military operation in Ukraine had forced the U.S. to consider its arrangements in Taiwan, which would likely be the flashpoint for any confrontation between the U.S. and China. The U.S. evacuated most of its embassy staff from Kiev 2 weeks before Russian troops entered Ukraine, after warning American citizens for several months to leave the country by commercial means. The U.S. State Department has not warned Americans against traveling to Taiwan and currently designates the island with the lowest of its 4 travel advisory levels. According to the Messenger's sources, the drawing up of evacuation plans is being kept quiet, not so much, because it's a sensitive subject for the Taiwanese government. I'm talking about it ain't that damn quiet. While the State Department did not comment on the report, a department official said that secrecy was not unusual. Secrecy? as even talking about an evacuation plan starts people thinking something may be going on, even if it is just prudent planning, to prevent piss poor performance. As of 2019, more than 80,000 Americans are living in Taiwan. Geographical factors would make evacuating these people difficult, one source said, explaining that many points on the island are connected by single routes passing through tunnels, and that evacuation vessels would have to weave their way through military fleets steaming toward Taiwan. U.S. President Joe Biden's administration has adopted an increasingly hostile stance toward Beijing since 2021, repeatedly labeling China as America's top competitor while expanding U.S. military activity in the region. In addition to signing new military and economic agreements with Asian allies, the president has sent U.S. warships through the Taiwan Strait on a near monthly basis since taking office. China considers these so-called freedom of navigation exercises to be provocations and typically responds with military drills of its own. So, meh. That's all I can think on this stuff anymore is meh. Like I say, this is not the most concerning part of today's news. This is a little bit more concerning, something that I not only knew, but I'd been talking about quite a bit, actually, about basically the different countries building missiles as quick as they can. The number stored, it says here, global powers ramping up nuclear arsenals, says a study. Nuclear powers are actively modernizing and expanding their arsenals amid rising geopolitical tensions, according to a report by the Stockholm International Peace Research Institute released on Monday. The think tank estimated that as of January 2023, Russia, the U.S., the UK, France, China, India, Pakistan, North Korea, and Israel had a total of 12,512 warheads, with 9,576 stored in military stockpiles for potential use, an increase of 86 from 1 year previously. The report also claimed that as of January, Russia and the U.S., which between them possess almost 90% of the world's nuclear weapons, had 1,674 and 1,770 deployed warheads respectively. Last year, Russia had approximately 1,588 warheads, while the U.S. had 1,744, according to CPRI. The think tank noted that the sizes of their respective nuclear arsenals seem to have remained relatively stable in 2022, although transparency regarding nuclear forces declined in both countries following the outbreak of hostilities in Ukraine. Over the course of the year, China's nuclear arsenal grew from 350 warheads to 410, CPRI estimated, adding that by the end of the decade, Beijing could potentially have at least as many intercontinental ballistic missiles as either the U.S. or Russia. Elsewhere in the UK is not thought to have increased its arsenal in 2022, although its number of warheads is expected to grow in the years to come. Meanwhile, France has continued its nuclear development program, while India and Pakistan appeared to be expanding their nuclear arsenals, the report said. North Korea is said to be prioritizing its nuclear program and is estimated to have assembled some 30 warheads. Israel, which has not publicly admitted to possessing nuclear weapons, is also believed to be modernizing its nuclear arsenal, CPRI added. The think tank also pointed to the erosion of global arms control architecture amid the Ukraine conflict, noting Washington's decision to freeze strategic stability dialogue with Russia and Moscow's suspension of the 2010 New START Treaty, which places limits on U.S. and Russian nuclear arsenals. Russian President Vladimir Putin announced the move in February, pointing to the refusal of Western powers to permit inspections of their nuclear facilities. He confirmed, however, that Moscow would continue to abide by the deal's limits on deployed warheads. So, I think you're going to see this ramp up exponentially. I really do. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And the reason why I say that is because this is not the latest, greatest weaponry. Why are we spending so much time, attention, and focus on this? And the other question is, are they? Because, we don't know. We don't know what they're doing. We don't know what any of these countries are doing. They might not be ramping up their nuclear arsenals. Maybe they're ramping up their laser arsenals or whatever. I guarantee you that nukes are not the nastiest piece on the table. I guarantee it. Too far much time has passed since anything revolutionary in warfare, right? We've had advancements, of course, in every area, logistics and, fighters, bombers, you name it. Tanks, everything. Everything's really massively been updated. Pretty impressive stuff, to be honest. Man, I think every one of these major countries, China, U.S., Russia, I think they got a lot of stuff they're sitting on. They don't talk about it. We don't know about it. And they're just sitting on it. I think the very low fringe of these weapons gets tested in places like Ukraine. That's where you see these defense companies testing their products. They talk about it openly. It's not a secret. But I think that's the very low tier of that, the new technologies. There's a lot of stuff, like I say, that they're not about to whisper a word about. Now, I'm sure, the whole Star Wars program was actually pretty impressive and very capable. And how old is that? 1980s? So, there's been a little bit of time since then. Laser technology alone has just gotten insane. It doesn't take near the power to power lasers with the same amount of strength as what back in the 80s. Back in the 80s, you had to have chemical lasers and stuff like that to get that powerful. I don't know what all they use now, but I know it's much different technology. I know it's much more compact, much lighter, much more portable. And that's what I know about. If I know about it, it's probably about 20 years behind. So, I can damned assure you that Air Force One has a laser system on it to be reckoned with. I'll guarantee it. I'll guarantee it. I bet that laser system could knock the nuts off of a gnat. Seriously. Better have a really good camera for that, high speed and stuff, but YouTube it if you Anyway, I'm serious. I bet you Air Force One is a force to be reckoned with, pun intended. I have no doubt. And that's going to be probably laser technology. What's faster than the speed of light? Superman. Oh, no, that's speed of sound. A little bit slower than light. Howdy, Kevin. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know, but of course, as you are probably aware, largest ever NATO air drill underway. Gosh. We do have some badass aircraft, even though that's a semi-badass aircraft. I'm not a big, huge fan of the F-35, so. Anywho, largest ever NATO air drill underway. Pardon me. NATO embarked on the largest Air Force exercises in the alliance. Pardon me, man. In the alliance's history on Monday, amid heightened tensions with Russia over the Ukraine conflict. According to Berlin's military, the drills, which have been dubbed Air Defender 23 and are being hosted by Germany, will play out mostly in the nation's airspace between June 12th and 23rd. Let's see, with some operations taking place in the Netherlands and the Czech Republic. Let's see. Oh, I have no doubt. What's that? Buck you too, Fitch. I like that. I have no doubt. I have no doubt that that thing's got a full gambit on it. I mean, it's probably amazing what that thing can do. And I'm kind of curious because I know damn well there's got to be some kind of a pod or something that the president can go in. And I'm just kind of curious of that system. Of course, we'd never be told, but it's got to have some kind of a pod or something to protect him just in case. Not much. Not much. Is this Frank? Because that's definitely a Frank kind of name. Oh, man. See, I nailed it. What's up, brother? Oh, man. Same old here, man. Just trying to keep up on all the craziness. Let's see, where was that? Oh, the mass exercises will involve some 10,000 service members and 250 aircraft, with 100 planes fielded by the U.S. alone. Apart from the U.S., the operation would be attended by 24 other nations, including not only NATO members, but also Sweden and Japan. The focus of the exercises is to optimize and expand cooperation between participating countries, with plans to model a NATO Article 5 assistance scenario. The latter clause, which lies at the heart of the U.S.-led bloc, stipulates that an attack on one member of the alliance would constitute an attack on all of them. U.S. Ambassador to Germany, Amy Gutmann, said that she would be pretty surprised if any world leader was not taking note of what this shows in terms of the spirit of this alliance, adding that this included Russian President Vladimir Putin. Now, I just want to say that there are a number of NATO countries that have said that they really don't want part in this. They're not going to take a side in this. And I do believe that number of NATO countries is growing. So, thank you, sir. I just try to pay attention, man. That's all I do. Try to pay attention. It's, this stuff's pretty whacked out. This stuff is pretty whacked out. And if you hadn't already, and you know I'm always on this stuff. Oh, thank you, Kevin. Thank you. Get food and stuff put back, brother. Definitely get some food and stuff get put back. Make sure you got backups upon backups, because I think things are about to get interesting. So, and I think here, things are about to get interesting. I kind of have a feeling we're going to lose our grid. We're going to lose our grid, and I think we're going to lose internet. And I believe that is the reason why the government, certain congressional members got sat phones I don't buy the whole sat phone thing in case of war, and the reason why is because one of the first damn targets to be taken out in a major war between, say, us and Russia, or us and China, is going to be the satellites. They're not going to be handing out sat phones when that's not even going to be operational. So I sat there and tossed up around in my head what would make sense, what would give them the advantage with the sat phones that none of us would have. And that would be, they would still have phone service if there was no internet. See, if the internet goes out, I mean, I'm talking boom, the internet across the United States. Doesn't have to be across the world, just even the United States alone. All of the phone systems, all of our cell phones go down. Every phone system goes down because everything operates on the internet now. And if it's not directly, flowing through the internet is still controlling the switches and stuff like that to do so. That's correct. Landlines are through the web. Yep. Yeah, I mean, ham radio, stuff like that. Absolutely. But as far as any type of we won't have no global type of communication at that point. Thing is, that would still give them a phone system that will work, because that SAT system, and I can't tell you that all the SAT systems are that way, but I know that some of the satellite phone systems are completely standalone. They operate on their own. So, and if I'm not mistaken, that's kind of the reason for that. Yeah, I'm not putting my eggs too much in any type of communication basket. And the reason why is because anything that's not hardwired can be easily intercepted, tracked, triangulated, the whole 9 yards. There are ways. There are ways that I came up with, which I won't share here on the show. But there are definitely ways to communicate. There are ways it can be done. But nothing. I don't have any solutions for any super long distance, though. Don't know a lot of people that do. So, because ham's going to be jammed, it's going to be, that's actually the satellite protection, that is actually part of the job of Space Force. I really need a cool echo box when I say Space Force, but that's supposedly going to be one of their areas of expertise, is to put a system up there to protect our military and communication satellites. And they're not bullshitting me. They've had stuff up there for a while to do that. So I'm not that foolish. They've had satellite killers up there since the 80s. Since the 80s. When we went up there and started messing around with the Star Wars stuff, we started putting up other satellite defense systems, essentially. The capability to take out other satellites and stuff like that. That's been going on since the 80s. Pretty much. Yeah, I kind of laughed at the movie Spies Like Us, because there was a lot more on-target stuff in that movie, in that comedy. There was a lot of stuff that was pretty on par for what the systems were. So I thought that was comical. I don't know why they did that. I kind of wonder if the movie Spies Like Us, if part of it was to, because it was still the Cold War. It was the end of the Cold War. And I wonder if part of that was kind of intended as a threat. I don't know. Yeah, spies, I guess, was a prediction, but we were actually doing it then, though. We were actually putting lasers in space. And we had already had missile systems up there, so... Oh, we're not supposed to talk about that. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. There's kind of one reason why I have a feeling we're about to get the shit knocked out of us. And that's because we are reaching a level of knowledge and information that is pretty insane. And I have a feeling that for those that want to be in total control, it's a now or never kind of thing for them. Just kind of my opinion. And so, I don't know. A lot of crazy stuff going on. I don't believe a lot of it's coincidence. Not even the wars, none of it. And that's why I wonder if it's if these countries just aren't in on it. Like I said, there's only two countries. There's only two countries that I will firmly stand behind and say I don't believe they're part of the global cabal. North Korea and Iran. That's it. That's the only two. I can't say I trust any of the others. Let's see. J.P. Morgan, shifting gears here a little bit. J.P. Morgan, gonna be an easy, quick show tonight, I believe. Settles Epstein lawsuit. Imagine that. Oh, we'll just settle, right? We don't want to cause too many waves. We don't want to spend too many minutes in a courtroom. Let out too many names. This is insanity, folks. The mere idea that the American people are letting this rest is mind-blowing to me. I don't get it. How many thousands of people will go flocking to ball games on the weekend? But child trafficking isn't worth standing up and raising hell for? I don't understand it. Bread and circuses is all I can say. Let's see. I'm doing everything they can to silence this guy. Here's the thing. So this is Fox News, supposedly a conservative news outlet, wanting to silence Tucker Carlson until after the election. Why? I mean, is Tucker going to recommend a Democrat? I kind of highly doubt it. I don't know who Tucker would stand behind. I honestly don't. I don't know if he'd be more behind Trump or more behind DeSantis, and I'm sure he said. I just don't know. I don't know who it is that he would prefer be in office, but I find it very interesting that they want him out They want him silent until after. That's insane. Oh, yeah, Frank, absolutely, man. It was huge. And still is huge. I don't think the trafficking ring went anywhere. I don't think that's gone anywhere. I think that's still in full force. I think it's just got different people overseeing it right now. Oh. Look, there's a lot of stuff that goes on. There's a lot of politicians that really, they get screwed over. And to me, I've got a problem with all of them doing any of it. But that's like with Rod Blagojevich or Blagojevich or however the hell you say the son of a bitch's last name. He didn't do anything different than what any other politician did. Pay to play, right? Didn't do anything different. Except the seat that he was doing the pay to play on was the seat that Obama had promised to somebody else. That pissed Obama off. And next thing you knew, Blagojevich is making license plates. That's how it rolls. And we even see it today. In my opinion, I think that largely the role of Jeffrey Epstein was to get evidence on influential people that would allow other individuals to control them. And I'm going to be honest, I think it's so big, I think it's so wide and so huge. Oh, thank you, Kevin. Thank you very much. That is an awesome compliment. Thank you. I think that very possibly the reason why we're seeing such a big push to associate pedophilia and pride and to normalize pedophilia, and this is just kind of a crazy thought, but a very good possibility. Maybe it's because this is such a widespread problem at a certain class level, so to speak, that they figure by normalizing it or trying to get everybody to normalize it, then maybe they won't have to pay the repercussions when people hear about all their trips. Just a thought. Just a thought. Because this is insane. I mean, you stop and you think about it. Literally. Activision is removing creators on its platform for just telling them to leave the kids alone. I mean, that's insane. I think they need to normalize it. Because I think very possibly some very, very insane revelations are about to come true as far as names of people involved. Oh, I don't know. Some dude driving by slow with his radio jamming. Bow, chicka, bow, bow. Chicka, chicka, bow, 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 bow. People walking by going, what the hell's wrong with that dude? The 70s porn music going on there. Anyway, I don't know. This is insane. I really have to question why. I don't get it. Why would they need to silence Tucker Carlson? I don't know. That's what concerns me, that we've got something really crazy right around the corner. It's pretty crazy as well. Parisians must live with rats, says the mayor. So, I'm sure that she's not including herself. She just means residents. I'm sure not her residents or anywhere near her residents, because we know how that goes. But I thought this was crazy. It says Paris Mayor Anne Hidalgo plans to form a committee to explore whether citizens in the French capital should learn to live alongside rats in peaceful coexistence rather than attempt to exterminate the vermin, a city official said last week. Diversity. With guidance from the mayor, we have decided to form a committee on the question of cohabitation, and Soiris, Paris Deputy Mayor for Public Health, said at a meeting of the Council of Paris on Thursday. The newly announced policy represents a significant departure from previous measures implemented in Paris to tackle the city's estimated 6 million rats. The capital's 2017 anti-rat plan funneled $1.8 million of its funds into a range of anti-rodent policies, such as the installation of airtight trash bins and the large-scale use of rat poison at the thousands of sites across the city. The rat problem is thought to have been exacerbated by recent pension reform protests in Paris, which saw refuse go uncollected on city streets for weeks. Wow. And with Paris' rat population still outnumbering its human counterparts by a ratio of around 3 to 1, damn, that's a lot of rats, yo. New measures are being considered. Yeah, start issuing machine guns. With Soiris saying the committee will establish the most efficient way for Parisians and rats to coexist that are not unbearable for people who live in the city. So here's the thing. You want to fix this problem? You want to fix this problem in a hurry? All you got to do is offer a reward. Right? A rat hunting reward. Offer a reward. $5, $10 a head, whatever, right? They could use pellet guns. It's not like they need to go get an AK-47. They could use pellet guns. I know they're not allowed to have pellet guns. They can't even carry a damn knife around, for Christ's sake. I get it, but let them have pellet guns, your majesties, and give them $5 or €5, £5, whatever the hell it is you got over there. 5 yuan, I don't care, per head. And you're going to clean up that damn rat problem real quick. In fact, the crackhead population is going to take out the rat population in about 2 days straight. So, rats for crack program or something. I don't know. New York City's putting free crack pipes in vending machines, right? There you go. A free crack rock in trade for a rat. There you go. Rat population, I'm telling you, 2 days, gone. Then you're going to have some fiending people. Anyway, then you got to figure out how to take care of that rat population. Good luck. Maybe my ideas aren't that good. You know what else isn't a good idea? This isn't a good idea. I don't know what this pastor is smoking, but apparently he's reading an entirely different book than what I am. So apparently a German pastor claims that God is queer. Now, this is not the first I've heard of this. In fact, I heard about this a long damn time ago. I've heard about it multiple times. I've heard multiple stories. Not the case. Not the case. But, yeah. Good luck with what sits before you, sir. 'Cause, dude, I hope it was worth it. That's all I can say. Kensington? Which state is that? I have no idea. Ah. Oh, man. Alright. I got some headlines. Not too bad for a Monday. It's going pretty quick. Dog's over there snoring. She huffed? I know she hastily left the room earlier. I guess she came back and got up on the futon, and now she's over there bitching and complaining. Ah. Alright. Let's do these headlines and get the heck out of here for the night. Tomorrow morning, I might actually, no. Well, we'll see, actually, yeah. Tomorrow morning, I'll probably do a little bit of flight sim, and then I'll wait until, any dew that has collected on the tent dries, and then I'll get it put up. Oh, okay. I've seen video here and there, mainly on like We Are Change of Philadelphia and some of its neighborhoods and what it's looking like. Not a good looking place right now. It's insane. I don't get it. It just none of it makes any sense. We can do so much better. It's like they're not even trying. It's messed up. But yeah, we send billions and billions of dollars in weapons and military aid to Ukraine. Blows my mind. Let's see. Another sip of coffee. All right. Oh, wow. That's crazy. That is crazy. I know a lot of times the videos that I see, I believe they're Philadelphia. I think so. Anyway, I guess there's subways there or whatever. And I see a bunch of video clips. It looks like at like the entrance to a subway system or something, to where I guess a bunch of them hang out. So I'm not 100% sure I've got the right place, but I'm pretty sure that was Philadelphia. And it was Pennsylvania. It's Philadelphia or Pittsburgh, one of the two. Let's see. Ex-Scottish leader issues statement on her arrest. Oh, okay. Yeah, I figured it was the same place. Sanctioned Russian billionaire is investing in homes, says Bloomberg. Russia signs tax treaty with Gulf state. Global powers ramping up nuclear arsenals, says a study. More than half of world's population supports Russia, says Seymour Hersh. And you know, I don't really doubt that. However, there was a study from Germany that I question heavily. We'll get to that here momentarily. I didn't want to bring it up as a tab to talk about because honestly I didn't want to bring that much attention to it. I think it's bullshit. I think it's propaganda, and I think it's intended to further the cause of putting man down, to be honest. Ukraine demands more tanks from Germany. Chinese car exports surge. EU wants to store its gas in Ukraine, says Bloomberg. EU town bans sex on the beach. UK military personnel seeking food bank help, says media. Oh yeah, I remember hearing that about that bridge collapse. Yep. I thought that was kind of interesting too. Truck fire just happened right under I-95, if I'm not mistaken. That's a pretty damn massive highway there. So for that to be taken out for, I don't know, however long it'd take them to replace a bridge, it's not going to be overnight. I know that. I don't know. If I were to guess, I'd say a year to 2 years to build a bridge. I don't know though. I don't know. Let's see. UBS completes Credit Suisse takeover. Good question. I don't know. Truck fire, bridge, collapse. I know, right? Why don't I just put in like fire, water, burn and just be done with it, right? We don't need no water, let them. Okay, I'll quit. Let's see if we can find what was in the truck, because I honestly don't know. Driver of a tractor trailer hauling gasoline lost gasoline. Yeah, I couldn't remember what it was. So, right, exactly. Just exactly. I mean, there's just too much coincidence there. I really don't, man. With everything else that's been going on, So, we still don't know where that 60,000 pounds of ammonium nitrate is either. So, waiting for that news morning to start out exciting. Yeah, it's, let's see. Oh, Oreo maker faces backlash over Russia business. It's the Mondello company that owns Oreo. And, they've continued business in Russia. The way I see it, rightfully so. That's between them and Russia. So anyway, a bunch of other companies are pissed off about it, and of course politicians are pissed off about it because this company won't bow down and just listen to everything they tell them to do. I don't know. I don't know why more companies aren't taking the leave me the hell alone approach when it comes to all this stuff. This ESG crap and all that. I don't get why more of these companies aren't just like, leave me the hell alone. You know, and I get it. I know that these people have a very powerful, influential hold. But they have names and addresses, and I keep saying that over and over and over. These people have names and addresses. We need to quit with the excuses. That's all. That's all I got to say about that. Let's see, covered that. Largest ever NATO air drill underway. Oh, wait, I covered that one. Let's see, Unabomber died by suicide, says Associated Press. I don't know on this either. I mean, it's possible. I believe he was suffering from cancer. I don't know. It's sad when they're in a single event in the news that we can go, oh yeah, that's what happened. Everything we're like, eh. Let's see. Pakistan pays for Russian oil and yuan, says Reuters. Well, good for them. Major Ukrainian city issues water warning. A third of German men, this is the poll I was talking about a while ago. A third of German men accept violence against women, says a poll. I'm not sure I'm buying that. And I want to know more detail. I want to know, was there anything that happened first? Did the woman get violent with the man first? That's a big question. That's a big question, and I think that has a bearing. I really do. I don't think that men are punching bags just to be treated like shit. I don't believe it. I don't buy it. So I have to ask that question. Was there any violence against the man beforehand in this question? Of course, they don't give you that information. Let's see. Russian troops will withdraw from Karabakh soon, says ex-Armenian PM. Let's see. U.S. draws plans to evacuate Americans. Oh, I read that one. And that one. A young mother killed in Ukrainian shelling of Donetsk. U.S. to propose major UN Security Council reform, says Washington Post. Ukraine suffers heavy losses for small advance, says Bild. Let's see. Covered those. Medical emergency derails Biden's NATO meeting. He shit his pants. No. No, it's something to do with a root canal or something. But I'm sure he probably shit his pants anyway. But I mean, you know. That wasn't the reason. That's normal. Zelensky cancels traditional celebration of Nazi defeat in World War II. Well, imagine that. Why would a Nazi want to cancel a traditional celebration of their defeat? I can't figure that out. Ukraine state-backed kill list celebrates Berlusconi's death. Lack of Russian gas can bring German industry to standstill, says minister. And the last headline, U.S. targets China-linked flight school. I still get my F-15 though, right, Biden? Just gonna deliver that right in the yard there. Anyway, I hope to see it. Not holding my breath though, because damn. Okay, I am out of here. I am gonna relax and just chill the rest of the evening. Probably won't be up before or for too awful much longer. Monograph likes to do a lot of hilarious stuff. Anyway, I will see you all later. As always, God bless you. We love you. Be one with your spirit. And shalom.